Hello and welcome to Western Motors, Ireland's leading Volkswagen dealer. Today we are going to give you a guide through the 2026 model year Volkswagen Tiguan. We're going to show you what spec you can order, what engine and gearbox combinations you can have, and a general overview of the Tiguan range. For 2026, we can spec the Tiguan in 5 different trim levels and 2 different engine options, with both petrol and diesel being available. The trim levels are Life, Edition 75, Style, R-Line and R-Line 75. For 2026, we can opt for 2 engine choices in the Tiguan. We can have a 1.5 ETSI plug-in hybrid version of the car. It makes 204 brake horsepower. It's driven through a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. The car also has a 25.8 kilowatt hour battery and is capable of up to 120 kilometers of WLTP fully electric range. And then we have the evergreen 2-litre TDI. That's making 150 brake horsepower and it's also paired to the 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. Life spec is the entry into the Tiguan range. However, it feels like a far higher car than entry. Some of the standard spec on the car is pretty impressive too, and that includes 17-inch alloy wheels on the outside, a full multi-function steering wheel with radar cruise control, and a large touchscreen infotainment display in the centre here with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a reverse cam standard. Edition 75 then builds on Style's already impressive spec with the addition of a heated front steering wheel, heated front seats, ambient lighting and an electric rear tailgate. Style spec bumps us up further. On the outside we get 18-inch Bologna alloy wheels, we get the augmented reality HUD screen, art velour comfort trim seats, and we get the 13-inch touchscreen infotainment display. Now up to R-Line, and we get 19-inch Coventry alloy wheels on the outside. We get a leather-wrapped multi-function wheel this time. We also get the addition of the R-Line specific bucket seats with the R-Line trim in them, and those seats also come with a massage function now as standard. The general layout and design of the Tiguan 2 is something to be commended. It's a beautifully designed car. It's really, really well laid out, and in typical Volkswagen fashion, anything you interact with feels like it's built to be there in 100 years. It's really well put together, and the choice of materials for the tactile surfaces, fabulous. Very, very nice car. The physical space too inside the car is impressive than the previous model, and a more grown up sort of version of the car. All of the gauge binnacles are really easy to access. You can see everything clearly through the steering wheel. So now into the back of the Tiguan, and behind my own driving seat, and for scope I'm 6'1", and I could stand to lose a few pounds, so I definitely take up a bit of space. But in here I've got 3 to 4 inches of knee room. My feet go under the seat in front of me, no problem whatsoever. I can bend my legs out to the point that it's not comfortable for the back of my knees. There's a tiny hump on the floor that isn't really worth mentioning, but in the back they haven't forgotten about us either. We have our own climate controls, we have USB-C charging ports. On the back of the seats we get these handy device holders for kids stuff. We also still get our traditional map holder. On both sides, on the outside, we get ISOFIX points. A large child's bulky booster seat, if you have 3 kids, is going to fit in the middle, and 3 adults are going to be accommodated easily in the back of this car. So moving around to the back of the Tiguan, and Tiguan is available in just one body style, but it gives us an absolutely class-leading 652 litres of usable boot space in here. We can higher or lower the floor for added space. All models have tippable seats, and when the seats are tipped forward, we get 1650 usable litres of boot space. So out driving the Tiguan, and the first impression you get from the Tiguan as you get out in it is this beautiful vantage point you get out over the road. It's absolutely fabulous. You get a really commanding view. You can see for what feels like miles down the road. It's a really good view. You get to see over the roof of cars in front of you. And it takes a lot of the anxiety out of B-road driving or motorway driving, because you have a good idea what's happening a good bit up, and you can see over hedgerows and stuff on tight, twisty corners. So it's a very well laid out car that way. The second thing about it is the handling. The handling is absolutely fantastic in it. It's really perfectly weighted and balanced. It's nice and heavy at higher speeds, and it's very communicative on account of that. But as we get into a town situation or a city situation, it all lightens up and it becomes really easy to park. And are these huge mirrors too? We can see everything on the sides when we reverse it into spots and that kind of stuff. It's very, very good. The choice of engines then, I'll move on to that now, because the car we are testing now is the 2-litre 150 brake horsepower TDI with the 7-speed DSG manual gearbox, and it's ample. It's absolutely perfect. It's got plenty of power, very torquey, very punchy, very nippy. It behaves itself really well at low speeds, and it's got plenty of punch at higher speeds. And a lot of that is down to this DSG 7-speed gearbox. It's one of the best gearboxes in the world ever. It makes any car it's in feel like it's got 50 to 100 horsepower more than it does because of how clever it is. It's always in the right gear for performance, and it's always in the right gear for economy. It's just an incredibly well balanced car. And my final point on Tiguan is the sound deadening is absolutely superb in it. As we sit here now, I'm not having to speak loudly. I'm speaking just like I would speak to anyone I'm having a conversation with, quite low, in fact. And it's just spot on. The sound, the insulation is beautiful, and a lot of it comes from that lovely swoopy shape on the outside. But that's it. I think we've come to the end of our review of the Volkswagen Tiguan. What we'll do from here is we will head back to Western Motors and we'll introduce you to one of the brand ambassadors there for Volkswagen, or alternatively you can hold on and use the information provided on screen to book your appointment for a test drive today in one of these unbelievably good cars.
My name is Stuart Hitchcock. I'm Volkswagen car sales executive here at Western Motors. The Volkswagens are super cool. There's a wide variety of models for everyone. We also have a fantastic aftercare then as well. Customers choose Western Motors because it's a family-run business with specifically trained staff to understand and listen to the customer. We also have a top quality after-sales care to ensure customer loyalty.